Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Today, Bitcoin broke actually above initial resistance. So that's our initial signal that things are shifting on the chart or might be shifting, but it's not yet enough to confirm that we've really bottomed. Okay, and I'll tell you why. So let me actually move this support region to the right. Yeah, so we're still dealing here with a corrective looking structure, up and down. So for me at the moment, the move up is, that's not only for me, it is a clearly corrective rally at the moment. It might turn into a 5-wave move as highlighted in yellow. Then we might be able to reassess and possibly look at something more, something more bullish overall. But at the moment, the risk to the downside is still there. But we'll talk about the levels that are now relevant. And certainly a break above initial resistance means that, we could have bottomed. The problem is the downside structure was a bit incomplete, so we need a little bit more evidence than what we've seen right now, okay? But, we'll see what the levels are, and I'll tell you which levels now need to hold in any pullback to keep climbing with a high likelihood. And I also tell you what the potential bearish options still are and how the market could invalidate them. Quick reminder, we are obviously dealing here with a wave 4 correction, which started on the 14th of March, 13th, 14th of March. We've been looking at this correction from up there. At some point, there was a signal that told us that a wave 4 would happen. The wave 4 happened. I did say it in the last few days, if you went away sort of middle of March and came back, not much happened, okay? Because we've just been working through a correction. And the support levels that really matter, they haven't changed. So support levels are still holding. As I said before, a lot of people are wishing the bear market back or think we are back in the bear market. I don't think so. I need evidence for that. When would I get evidence for that? Initial evidence, a break below 50,700. As long as we're holding that level, this is all covered by a 4th wave pullback. Okay, this is all covered. So this is the support area where ideally, as you know, possible long positions could be initiated, where you can look for entries if you want to trade what I believe is the only reliable support area on the chart. It's this one. Okay, everything else is corrective mess. But I always talk about that because this is all noise in a correction. It changes all the time. That's normal. And this is really what is providing us with a stable bullish outlook overall on this chart. And as soon as this 4th wave is completed, we're looking for a 5th wave rally to 90K plus. That narrative hasn't changed at all. However, we now need to understand if the low is already in or not. And at the moment, without a pullback that's holding a higher low, I can't confirm that. And that's precisely what we're looking for right now. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Let's get a little to load. Okay. So what do we have here? We're still dealing with the risk of further downside. And let me explain why. The overall structure hasn't changed. So WXY pattern and then an ABC pattern to the downside. Let's talk about the short-term bearish structure first. That's the white scenario. It's important to know when this gets invalidated as it is. The white scenario indicates that the C wave down, which was previously considered an impulse, has morphed into an ending diagonal pattern. The position of this wave 1 has shifted slightly, and I cannot assume that the 3rd wave finished. Why not? Because that's how we had it in the previous video. The wave 4 basically rallied too high. It's still a corrective structure, but it is too high to reasonably assume that it's a 4th wave. So if it's a corrective rally, it would most likely be wave B in wave 3. So wave 3 is an ABC structure because we're dealing with an ending diagonal. It is something I have to consider until certain levels break. I just want to explain the structure first. So A, B, C, and 3, then 4, 5. So ultimately, what I mentioned to you before, that we could get one more low or two more lows, that risk isn't gone. I highlighted to you in previous updates that if we get a break above initial signal resistance, and it was 60,600, that's the first indication we have bottomed. But we need 5 waves up, 3 waves down, a 1-2 setup to confirm that. So therefore, I cannot confirm yet that we've bottomed. We have an initial indication, and that's why I've got the yellow count on the chart. Now the white scenario, I can tell you that it will become less likely, or actually no, the white count as it is will get invalidated with a break above the 64,007 what is that? 750 level. So that's invalidation for white count. Yeah, so that's the invalidation point for the white scenario. Doesn't that would rule out the white count as it is, okay? It would not completely rule out the risk for another low, but it will make it less likely. For now, this is a 3-wave rally, and it could just be an ABC structure in a larger B wave within wave 3. And this is a reasonable assumption as long as we stay below the green line. However, if now in the next move down, and that the importance of the next pullback shouldn't be underestimated. So if the next pullback holds a higher low as per the orange micro support area, it's a bit of a wait and see here. Then I will assume that we've bottomed, okay? Because that would indicate that this could be wave 1, even though it's only a 3-wave move, but it might be an ABC wave 1 in a leading diagonal or something. Anyway, if because of the break above resistance, if we now hold a higher low in the next pullback, then I will assume that we've bottomed. That doesn't mean it's, there are no certainties, but it would be confirmed, with what we've got. That's all we've got. The problem is that it's only a 3-wave rally. So had this been a 5-wave move up, it would be much clearer. So there's still no sign of a pullback yet, but at the moment, support would be here between 57,695 and 59,910. That should give you everything you need. And once we have a low established in wave 2, and this support area might change as we go a little higher, well, then the 3rd-wave rally should begin, and then we can track a larger 5-wave move, and that's how the confidence builds to the move to 90K. At the moment, yellow is not preferred until I see that it's holding 57,695. That should give you all the levels and should give you very clearly my perspective as well. So hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.